Good morning, dear friends. Good morning at this beautiful Saturday morning. Here in Athens, we have a very nice weather with a bright sun sending the light to all Earth. We saw so beautiful pictures in the video before. What a beautiful planet we live on. Today it is our final session, and I'm very happy to welcome you all for both course 1 and course 2 that we run in parallel during this academic year, 2025-2026. With the course 2 participants, we had the opportunity to have the summary and conclusion in the previous Saturday, but you are with us again today because we are going to close this academic year with a very special event, as we have with us Dr. Jayarani Pillay, who is the director of the Institute of Sathya Sai Education of Africa. During this year, we had the opportunity to have many beautiful, rich presentations through which we dive deep into various aspects of Sathya Sai education and human values. But we all know that the most important part is how practically this beautiful program, this inspiring program, is put into practice. And there are two main ways that worldwide Sathya Sai education is implemented. One is informal, with various groups in Sathya Sai organization, in the community, with friends, but also a formal way with Sathya Sai schools that we have around the world. At the moment, there are 38 Sathya Sai schools under the Sri Sathya Sai International Organization. Most of them, they are found in Africa. In Africa, we have at the moment 10 schools. And so we thought to end this year by being inspired to see how this inspiring program is implemented. And for that reason, as I said before, we have with us Dr. Jayarani Pillay. Sister Jayarani, good morning. We are very happy that you are with us. Can you open your camera? Yes, we can see you now. And your mic if you want.
Thank you, Brother George.
Yeah.
Sarah.
It is many years that we cooperate together. So it is, I think, very appropriate that now you are with us, with our participants and friends, who some of them follow for some years the path of Sathya Sai education. So we will all be inspired by your presentations on the Sathya Sai schools in Africa. I will say a few words about Dr. Jayarani. She is a professional educator, educational psychology lecturer, counselor, and career guidance practitioner with a doctorate in educational psychology, and the author of a book titled Sa-Isa Sambhasana and two other books. Dr. Jayarani Pillay hails from a family of followers of Sathya Sai Baba and his teachings in the fourth generation, so she is born in this atmosphere. She has been a member of the Sri Sathya Sai International Organization for 54 years. What a dedication, what a commitment to this mission of spreading the light and love of the teachings of Sathya Sai Baba. Mainly she has served as educator, but also she has served as deputy spiritual coordinator for South Africa, because in fact she's born and lives in South Africa. She was a youth mentor and education coordinator, as well as president of the South Coast region in South Africa. She currently serves as director of Sathya Sai Institute of South Africa and of Africa, because there are two institutes in Africa where she both serves. And all in all, she has served education in the organization for 42 years. What a senior educator. She graduated in 2002 in the physical presence of Sri Sathya Sai Baba with the Educare diploma. And the last thing that she included in her bio is very inspiring. Her words, she says, "I love to serve by always being caring, sharing, and loving to all. I follow the acronym of JOY. JOY means Jesus first, that means God first. O stands for others next, and you last. That means the little self is serving and being the last. My strength, as he says, is empathy. I believe that God has given us hands which we must use to serve. Hence, love all and serve all." And this is, of course, the inspiration for all of us who serve in the field of education. So we are very happy to have you with us, Dr. Jayarani. And now you can start your presentation. I will share, and you're ready to start. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brother George. And my greetings, loving greetings to the Lord, and my greetings to one and all of you this morning. It's good to be with you to share something that we have in common. So when you look at Africa, either South Africa or Africa, you find that our secular education is neglected because the concentration is on the 3 R's: the reading, the writing, and arithmetic. Hence, secular education has failed to secure morality in our children. So our education does not have or does not cater holistically for all the domains. And I'm sure you're aware of the physical, the mental, the social, emotional, and the difference of the Sri Sathya Sai pedagogy of education is the spiritual domain. So our normal schools in Africa does not cater for that spiritual domain. So we were very fortunate that in 1968, Sai Baba had come to East Africa. And through his journey, it's been a cradle for us to understand self-discovery and self-realization. We had to go within and to understand what is inside of us. And what is inside of us was gold, or you may call it diamonds, because they were the 5 human values that were inherent in us. So his journey gave us this experience of being the person that had self-realized that we are human beings and we can transform. And through this journey, Sai Baba expounded profound truths which impacted on our children. And I would conclude this introduction by transformation. And he also gave an experience where he went into the jungle, and where there were animals. And through that experience, it took whoever was present into the jungle of their minds. And through that experience, he allowed them to overcome all the enemies that are within man: envy, greed, hatred, and all of that. So we were very fortunate that we've used that experience to create the Sathya Sai schools of Africa. Now we have 10 schools. we do have challenges. We're not the end all and be all of education. We do have challenges like resources. So most of our schools come from a very poor, impoverished environment, okay, or communities, but yet the education, or I would call Sathya Sai educare, is so profound that it impacts on every individual that has gone through the schooling system. And hopefully most of our alumni are taking this out into the communities. And we were also fortunate in giving the experience to Kenya, where we've signed an MOU, okay, a memorandum of understanding between the government schools and the Sathya Sai schools. That was an outstanding experience because you are getting the world involved, people that have not experienced true education, or I would rather say spiritual education. So we have 10 schools. We have the Sathya Sai School of Abame, that is in Benin. Presently, we had challenges with that school because we were hiring a school and it was not available to us for the future. So presently, the School of Benin is being built. It's in construction. But we have a register of children that are awaiting attendance to that school. Then we have the Sri Sathya Sai School of Ghana, who presently is doing very well in terms of our programs. Then we have the Sri Sathya Sai College, Sai Baba College of Columbia, Kinshasa, that is in Congo. And I'm not sure if Brother George mentioned about the Gayatri Mantra, although its origin has come from Hinduism, but it's a universal mantra. And that school uses that prayer every day. And they come from a different culture or a different language group, but still practice that prayer. Then we have the Sri Sathya Sai Baba College of Kabinda, and that's in Congo. So all these schools are very much challenged in terms of resources, and we are trying to help. I think our international organization is trying to help them develop resourcefully, okay? Then we have the Sathya Sai School of Uganda, okay, very active school as well. And then we have the Sathya Sai School of Kizaju. That is a home school. And you will see by the experiences that they go through, it's more an agricultural school as well. Then we have the Sathya Sai School of Uthiru, also in Kenya, well-performing school. We have the Sathya Sai Primary School of Antananarivo, and that is in Madagascar. It's a smaller school, but good work is being done. Then you have the Sathya Sai School in Chatsworth and the Sathya Sai School of Newcastle. Both are in South Africa. So I just want to say, even though that they're under-resourced schools, they are well-performing schools, schools that brings out that the end of education is character. And all these schools prepare the children for life. Through the experiences that you are going to witness, you'll find that they are experiencing, a preparation for life. Thank you, Brother George. Can I have the next? So, together with the schools, we have linked up with the normal secular schools. So, every school has one. I think one or two has 2 schools, and some are still developing, so I haven't recorded it here. So out of the 10 schools, we have 6 partnership schools. So Uganda has 2 schools, Utiru, Kisaju, Chatsworth, and the Newcastle School has 1 as well. So these schools have started the program. We, as the Institute, have done an orientation with all the schools on how the human values take precedence in terms of character building with the child and the teacher. But we've started with the teachers first. And we have gone through this through the schools, and the schools have taken it further. And they've also invited them to participate in co-curricular activity. So I want to say that both with the partnership schools and the normal Sathya Sai schools, our teaching is based on the integration of human values through the direct, indirect, and the curricular, extracurricular, and co-curricular activities as well. Brother George, do you want to leave the testimonials for the end?
I think it will be nice to hear 2 now and then 2 at the end.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to give you a gist of what parents and children and teachers think about the schools and their experience in these Sathya Sai schools. So here I have a testimonial of a parent from the Newcastle Sai School.
My name is Musia. I am the mother of Tebo Musia, who is in grade 1, and the mother of Buhlopa Musia, who is in grade 2, which is their first year at the school. And I am very impressed of the school. Since, well, it is their first year on the school, I'm very impressed because they have improved on their languages. They have improved on English and isiZulu since because they didn't know the languages. So I'm very impressed about that also. And then academically, I'm also impressed academically because now they can be able to write in English and isiZulu also. And also what I love also about the school, they also teach the children about 5 human values, which the children are taking the human values out of the school and then they are practicing them also at home with their friends. And also their behavior-wise, it's something else. The behavior of the children of Sathya Sai, it's very good. It's very impressive. And also, I was having a little bit of a problem with my grade 2 child, who his behavior was a little bit not right at the moment, last month. But then the behavior changed throughout the human values of the school and throughout the help of the teacher and the principal. They helped me with the child, but now the child is doing fine. The child, his behavior has improved. After that, so everything is fine with the child. I'm so happy of that. And also what I love about the school, they have also added the feeding scheme throughout 5 days. So it also helps us as parents because we are now not putting lunch for them. They are now eating at school throughout 5 days of the week, which we are impressed as the parents. And then also we also impressed about the teachers who are teaching our children. They are making an effort and we are so impressed as parents. Thank you so much.
So I just want to add to what the mum says. All our schools are providing lunches to the children, and we make sure that there is nourishment, both mentally and to the soul as well. Thank you. Let's go on to the next. Yes. So here we have a student.
Saram. My name is Abhegu Shemtetwa. I am in grade 3. The name of my school is Sathya Sai School, Newcastle, in South Africa. I thank Sai Baba for building a school that nurtures and unfolds human values within us. Today I am able to speak the truth even when it means admitting I am wrong. I show love to everyone equally with a heart full of kindness. I share what I have, especially when it's more than enough. I take responsibility to keep my surroundings clean at all times. Because of this, I have grown into a responsible, kind, and truthful person. I love everyone the same way. I do not choose who to love. I do not hurt others in thoughts, words, and deeds. In thoughts, I do not speak bad about others. In words, I do not speak bad about others. In deeds, I do not fight or play rough games with others. I speak the truth even when I have done something wrong. I show love to every living thing. I show love to nature and animals. My teachers and principal are caring and loving. I am proud to be in this school. I love my school. Happy birthday, Sai Baba. I love you. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, brother. So here is the cover of the book, The Heart of Africa. So what we've done when we did the introductory course, we gave an extra exercise to the teachers. They had to write stories, and we chose about 10 stories and we placed in this book that we had published, which was a compendium of Sathya Sai Education Human Values Stories. And over and above those stories, it tells you how to teach story, because stories are storytelling rather than reading stories. So it gives you the gist of the whole process of storytelling as you would use in the direct and indirect method. Thank you, Brother George. So here's an experience. All our schools do the Walk for Values. And here's an example of one at the Chatsworth School.
Saturday, the 6th of September 2025, saw the Sathya Sai School of Chatsworth host their Walk for Values Day. The rainy weather did not dampen the spirits of the participants, and the event became a drive for values instead. The Sathya Sai Walk for Values project is a community event inspired by the teachings of Sri Sathya Sai Baba. It is aimed at promoting human values such as truth, right conduct, peace, love and nonviolence. Rather than being a fundraiser or a protest, the Walk for Values is a silent, peaceful walk, where participants pledge to practice one or more of these values in their daily lives. It's more about personal transformation and social awareness than activism. The Walk for Values helps raise awareness of the importance of universal human values in everyday life. It inspires individuals, especially youth, to live with integrity and compassion, and build stronger, more value-centered communities. The walk is usually organized by Sathya Sai international organizations in various countries, with participation from schools, community groups, and individuals of all backgrounds.
So all our schools do the Walk for Values except the schools in Congo. And they get into the communities, they conscientize the communities, with the human values. Can we go on to the next slide, brother? Yeah, so here's an example of the Kizaja School in Kenya. They're also on foot with the Walk for Values. Next, brother. Here we have the Uthiru School. Now, these have taken place this year. Okay. Next. So the schools also participate in extracurricular activities. Their ground space is very limited. Some of them get to the stadium or they go to other secular schools that have grounds and they play their sports there. So most of the activities are soccer, cricket, netball, volleyball. Those are the activities. They also have indoor games like chess, table tennis. So here we have the schools of Chatsworth. The pic on my right is the one at the school, and the pic on the left is a mini stadium. Thank you. Can we go on? So here we have an athletics training for the athletics meet at the school of Kizaja. And I just want to say while I'm here that the Kizaja school was a miracle school. In 2024, our numbers, it is a home school. It's a very big school that starts with, preschool and goes up to the matric level. So you may just call it, I think, grade 12 grade 12 or form 12, right? And these children, the school actually had its population drop to at about 27 children. That was in 24. And, it was just prayers or to God that we had to get the school running because the material resource was there. The buildings were there. They were very well equipped for it, but we didn't have children come. For some reason, they moved away. And then suddenly, this year, we have 428 children at the school, and it's normal and up and running. Next, Brother George. Yes, health and safety plays a very important role in all our schools. So I just want to give a little brief history here. In terms of the schools in Africa, we were only involved in schools in South Africa. And then we brought in the schools in Africa into the institute. So now we are coming to common working grounds where we have common reporting programs and other programs all being in common with each other. So everything is unified. And one of those programs is health and safety. So they have a policy in place and they invite like the fire department or the health department to come in and do these fire drills. And they also have drills in the school, emergency drills. So they put the children into an experience where from the classroom, they run into the ground for cover. So that is the drill that they go through at the schools. And the recent one was with the Newcastle school, and they had a 98%. It was just like a comma 2 or whatever that they fell short in terms of health and safety. And that was excellent. Thanks, brother. So we run leadership courses for teachers. Some we do because they're accessible to us. We do it on ground. And then some leadership courses, we do it on Zoom for the teachers. And it is about bringing excellence in teachers, through the 3HV and you name it, to activities and how they should transform first before the child. So this is an example of a leadership course that was held at the Chatsworth School, but we used Newcastle and Chatsworth to attend the school. So this is a good example of parenting on site. So we do parenting once a month. The Institute does parenting once a month on Zoom, and our attendance is about 121, 100, and around 100 parents. And then each school does it on their own as well. They invite parents to the school. So this is an example of Kizaju having their parenting meeting. Here is Newcastle. You have parents here at Newcastle as well. Next. Right, so we had a mother and child project. The mother and child project is held by the Sathya Sai International Organization of South Africa. And we as an institute, we go in and we run the parenting with them in that program. And here we had invited the institute, the African Institute, Eye Institute, sorry, and they do eye screening for children and parents. So our next project is in August, and that is going to be at the Sai School in Chatsworth. And hopefully this institute also exists in Kenya, and we're trying to get the other schools involved. So here's an example of that mother and child. So our attendance is very good, and the support we get from the parents. Now, this particular school, the Newcastle school, so once in a term, because it's a distance, a 3.5 hours drive, we go once in a term, we check the teachers' books, we assist them, we have little workshops with them for that weekend, and we walk into the classrooms, and the experience that these children bring to you, they have taken God home. They have taken this experience of Sathya Sai Educare into their homes. So when you ask the parents, they know more than any person in any community that will speak about the founder of this education system and the education itself. Next. Sorry, that was the Human Rights Day that they had. And here is, we have an annual art competition. And these were works, most of them were these were primary school art pieces. So the children also they are very creative in this. And you know that music also impacts on the creativity on both the left and the right brain. So this is how these children work. Next. Yes. So they have Valentine's Day, and, some in the secular school principals or heads of schools would say, why are you encouraging children to take part in Valentine's Day? The basis of all educare is love. And the other values that we experience is because of love. So we encourage our children to have Valentine's Day, and they bring out the human values. Okay. So here we also get shoes for some of our children, and it is all sponsored, school shoes. We have an interfaith program. Not all schools have committed themselves to it, but in most schools they do. And this is an example at the Uganda school. Next. Yeah. So we have a prefect leadership workshop. They do it on site. The schools do their prefect leadership workshop, and we do an online workshop for all schools. And this is where we run the 5 Ds on devotion, discipline, determination, discrimination, and devotion. Yeah. So the children get to know how to become the exemplary student. So schools involve themselves in environmental projects like cleanups around their school, around their community, making it accessible to children walking to school, and also the cleanliness, because Sai Baba says cleanliness is next to godliness. And they are taught to clean their own classrooms as well. So gardening and farming is a very important activity in most of our schools, even though some schools have little gardens, but they attempt gardening, either a vegetable garden or a flower garden. But Kizaju is at a different level. Now, this is the cabbage plantation, so which they take the cabbages, or they use, and the bottom pick here is tomato plants, right? A plantation on tomatoes. And what they do with it, they use it for their soup kitchens or for their meals. And they also can sell. They sell some of it. And this is done by the students, the parents, and there are some helpers that come along, because a part of the academic program is the academic subject, agriculture. So this is how they work with their plantations. So they also have forest plantations, acacia, eucalyptus, pine trees, okay? And there's a few others, and they also have the pine. Okay, next, brother. Yeah, so over and above, we didn't get enough photos to add here. At the Sathya Sai School of Ghana, we have interactive parenting, and these are the programs that had taken place in this 5 months. There was drug and substance abuse awareness campaigns. They also do HIV/AIDS campaigns as well, other schools. And they have finals in spelling bee competition. They also write maths competitions, enter into maths competitions as well. Sathya School, Uganda and Uthiru, they have community outreach program where they hand over grocery hampers to the communities. They get help from parents and the children of the schools, even though they are under-resourced, but they have done these projects. Next, brother. So you have, this has come from the Institute. We call it, yes, the African and the South African Institute of Sathya Sai Education. So these are the programs that we had held this year. We've had an orientation program where we orientate all the educators before we start. We orientate our partners and we orientate parents before we commence the year. Then we run the introductory course, like the course similar to the one you have gone through. We have 42 participants that have entered for this course. And then we have the robotics workshop. So here we linked up with a higher institute, right? It is a community higher institute, like a university. We link up with them or anybody. And this robotics course was held for the Chatsworth and the Newcastle school educators. They've come down to Durban in South Africa to enter into that course, and they get certified. So they go back into the classroom and they teach robotics. So how was it accessible for them to teach robotics? So I had a link with one of the banks, and you know, we don't solicit funds, but somehow by word of mouth, I got 44 computers sponsored. 44 computers sponsored. So we shared the computers, 22 each school, and they commence with robotics and computer literacy. That's what's taking place. And they're also running this computer literacy for some parents as well. So then we had a leadership workshop for teachers, and that was becoming the exemplar teacher. Leadership workshop for prefects that we run, study skills program. So we go out into the schools and we run the study skills program for the different grades for the exams and how do they learn the correct way. Parenting goes on, meeting with partnership schools, and workshop in integration of human values in mathematics. And that's what we've started in South Africa. We are taking it to Africa. So we'd like to conclude today with a testimonial. I'm not sure if I do have, okay, time is almost there, because I've got 2 testimonials here. And I have another testimonial that was written by the principal of the Newcastle School. But if I do have time, I can read that quickly. Go on, Brother George.
Definitely with time. Of course,
Thank
we will be very glad to hear it. Let's hear these 2 and then you read this.
Okay. Thank you.
My name is Maureen Chepkemoy, class teacher grade 6, Sathya Sai School Udhiru. I am truly grateful to be part of Sathya Sai journey. It is an enriching and a humbling experience for me. I am happy to serve in an institution that not only focuses on academic, but instill education in human values. The 5 human values: love, right conduct, peace, non-violence, and truth. These values are very instrumental. I have witnessed a great transformation in the pupils. They are more respectful, peaceful, and conscious of their actions and choices. As teachers, we are inspired to lead by example, to teach with compassion, and to nurture every child's character. But this is not only left in the institution. We also take the values with us back in our communities. For example, we identify the less privileged from time to time and go and visit them, not only to give them the worldly materials, but to share the love that we've gotten the chance to see it in Sathya Sai. Parents have testified the positive changes at home. Their children have improved behavior, they are very responsible, and live harmoniously among themselves. Indeed, it is not just a program, it is a movement of inner change. I'm honored to be part of this noble cause. The end of education is character.
Next.
My name is Kingsley Baraga. I am 12 years old. I am in grade 6. Since I joined this school, I have been learning and practicing the 5 human values, which are truth, right conduct, peace, love, and non-violence. These values have always helped me to do the right thing at the right time, in the right place, and in the right manner. One day, we had a newcomer in our school. But then, he had a challenge the first day. So the teachers talked to him. After that, he had another challenge the second week. Then this time round, he was told to come with his parents. So the teacher talked with his parents and the child. And when they agreed, he promised to change. At home, I do not struggle to do any work that I am given by my parents. I am responsible and obedient.
Actually, my mother is very happy and is always congratulating me because I am an obedient and good boy. Every single day, I learn and practice these values at home. Even at home, my mother always asks me to explain the values to her. Help ever, hurt never.
Thank you.
So inspiring. So we're waiting to hear also the testimony from the Newcastle teacher, you said?
Yes, this is the principal, the head of the institution. Okay, she is Mrs. Shlingiwe Buthelezi, and she says, I am Mrs. Buthelezi, and I'm honored to serve as the principal of Sathya Sai School, Newcastle. My journey with the school started when I was employed as a post-level 1 educator in 2016. Little did I know that this step would mark the beginning of a profound personal and professional evolution. I was introduced to human values and educator programs. My life and career changed for the better, and I realized that I am on earth for a purpose. This program compels one to achieve the highest good for oneself and the world. I learned that we teach through who we are, and after that, I realized that I have a greater task to role model human values than merely imparting knowledge to learners as being an exemplar in the most effective way in which values can be integrated. As a result, I'm more mindful of my thoughts, words, and deeds. Knowing that I am constantly emanating unspoken words and a loving, caring force which has a powerful impact. I consider myself fortunate to be part of the school, and I'm grateful to Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba for granting me the opportunity to gain experience. The Human Values Program, along with the dedicated staff and learners, has played a significant role in my personal and professional development. With love and gratitude. Thank you. So this is a testimonial from the head of the institution. So we've covered all aspects, and you see that they are so profound and they're just powerful words that impacts on the experiences that they've had. And I just want to add one more aspect, which is it's a beautiful activity to work with. We work with all the schools in the international Christmas drama. And it's not an easy task because we do it online. And we do Zoom calls and we train them and we get this together. So it's gone for about 5 years now that we've been participating, and the children and the educators just wait to get into that program. So this year, look for it. It will be on 24th, I think, December, and our drama is The Forgotten Star of Christmas. It's based on self-realization. Thank you. Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much, Sister Jayarani. It was really so inspiring. And as I was watching all this and hearing what you were saying, I thought it was the best way really to conclude this academic year by being so much inspired from the work that is done in the Sathya Sai schools in Africa. And I know that you are there, maybe the main support. And I would like to congratulate and to for your work is really a great inspiration for all of us. I mean, you cover so many different, and we heard also the testimonials of the teachers of this beautiful boy from Ituri, so sweet. And I think this is the best proof of the influence of the program, not only in the school, not only the parents and the students, but also in the community. So many programs you have on parenting, leadership, interfaith, healthcare, mother and child, environmental projects, athletics, gardening, farming, forest planting, various competition, orientation programs. And it is amazing how much you managed to cover. And I'm sure how many dedicated educators are there in order to support, which I know, and you said from the beginning that it is not always very easy. Challenges coming, of course, but these are to test our dedication and our commitment to spreading this program of light and love. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here and for preparing this beautiful presentation. And I'm sure you spoke about this work also in the for Christmas. And I have to say to everyone that there was in the presentation a part with a nice video about the recent Christmas program, but because of time limitation, we could not watch it. And definitely, I think if we had more time, we could hear more about the function of the schools. But let's keep our program as it is, and now we will have a little time. I saw many loving hearts coming from our participants, and from me also, the same. So now we have a little time. If anyone would like to make a question to Sister Jayarani, working there in his best overview of the work is done in education in the continent of Africa. And in fact, she mentioned that this is the only continent that Sathya Sai Baba visited in physically when he was with us on earth. Not to any other place. He only visited the Eastern Africa. And he gave a boost and to start, of course, not only the work of the organization, but also the Sathya Sai schools.